In just a matter of weeks, officials from Israel and Sudan will travel to Washington to formally sign a peace deal brokered by the Trump administration. This comes after President Trump announced the historic deal last week, marking the third peace agreement within a span of about 2 months. Here to discuss this further is the founder and CEO of Genesis 10, Harley Lippman, who is also an executive committee member on the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, or AIPAC. Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
First, it was the Abraham Accords peace agreement among Israel, the UAE, and Bahrain. And then last week, President Trump announced that new historic peace agreement between Sudan and Israel to normalize relations. Tell us more about the significance of this new deal.
Well, when you look at the region, you see that this is just one more validation of acceptance of Israel in the region. That's one area of significance. When you add to the fact that you have to look at who wins and who loses. So let's start with the country of Sudan itself. Why would they want to do this? They were on a sanctions list by the United States, which was crippling their economy. It really was falling apart. And they needed relief from this. So this was a big catalyst. Plus, there's a new government that made a major shift away from being aligned with Iran and Hamas and other bad actors in the region. So that leads you to the next area of the significance of the agreement, which is who loses and who gains beyond Sudan. And with Sudan, I will add one other aspect, which is the Sudanese people are the biggest winners, because this transitional government has shown a lot of courage in building democratic institutions, reaching out with their neighbors to have friendly relations, and in fighting corruption. That said, it's a very shaky agreement because there are many factions within the Sudanese government that don't like this. There's a strong theme of radical Islam in Sudanese society. So we're going to watch this carefully. This is going to be very interesting. This is unlike what took place in Bahrain and United Arab Emirates. Also, who loses in the region are the bad actors who cause terrorism, murder in the region, which is Iran and Turkey. Now, Iran had control of Port Sudan, which is a strategic spot focused on the Red Sea. So this is a very good outcome that they're now out. Mm-hmm. And Turkey, which a lot of control of an island there, and now they're out of that island. And of course, Israel benefits, being recognized and being treated as an equal among nations.
Absolutely. Well, President Trump, he made an interesting comment on Tuesday that was definitely eye-opening, saying that there are up to 10 countries he expects to soon normalize relations with Israel, but the developments would largely happen after next week's elections. Some suspect he may be referring to Oman or even Saudi Arabia. What are your thoughts?
There are a list of nations that are in active discussions right now with the United States and Israel. You're right, Oman is one of them, Morocco, Pakistan, and there are many others. Saudi Arabia is clearly the key prize. They're the guardian of the Sunni religion and of the world's Muslims. Sunnis make up 85% of the world's Muslims. So they are the most important country in all of this. They're the guardian of Mecca and Medina, the two holiest sites in the Muslim religion. So that's a country that we've been actively speaking to, and we will wait and see.
Want to see more videos like this? Visit OANN.com for immediate access to all the clips you've been waiting to see.